3. We're a few minutes tardy. Technical difficulties. We had to do in the interest of transparency, we had to do a reset on the computer and get the latest update of Sonoma 14.11. That way we'll be moving along at a rather rapid speed tonight. Today is day 79 in the year 02 in the second year. Well, we went from 40 people down to 33. Good job, Rob. Way to run them off. All right. Well, let's get going. Today is the 10th day of November in the year 2023, and what we're told is the month to remember. And there's just 19 days left in the month to remember, starting at midnight tonight. So let's get ready to remember. All right, and if I could have a little bit of more on the side, that would be nice. And let's talk Friday's highlighted events. We're just going to name a few. 6 a.m. brought us OES Papua New Guinea and the Philippines. They now combine on Friday mornings at 0600 Eastern Standard Time. And then at 10 a.m. along came DeGarmo and Johnson with their usual spirited back and forth. And then we had a couple in-betweens there. We had at 11 o'clock, we had engineer Sue Shanta. And then we also had later in the morning, we had Aisha and Wasim came on two separate broadcasts. So we wanted to mention those. We also wanted to mention that at, what time was that? 12 noon, I believe. We had, who was that? Oliver and Collins were on. Is that not right?
Oh, for Sushanta's thing.
That was on Sushanta. Okay, sorry about that. And then at 5 o'clock, it looked like Comfort came along, and she did a little updates there. And then now it's 8 p.m., a little on the eastern side of 8 p.m., and you're watching the RobLynn Live Network's broadcast of RobLynn Live and Ollie.
The Wonder Dog.
That's our boy, and we will be having tonight a variety chat as we do every night. We have a different topic every night, and we're sticking for the next few days with medical and AI, and I think you're going to enjoy tonight. We've done some research. We know some things about Alzheimer's, and we also know some things about dementia and how they're tied together. One is the cause of the other, and we'll talk about that a little tonight. We'll talk about prevention and a few other items with regard to that. So it's 8 o'clock, and this is RobLynn Live, and Ollie.
The Wonder Dog.
True.
Does it seem to you that the words are blurry?
A little bit on the blurry side, yes. So
if you give it a split there,
could be the camera.
Yeah.
Oops. All right. Well, you're falling off the edge of the face of the earth, okay. The edge of the earth.
All right.
Well, all righty. We're back, and it's 55 of you here with us now. Thank you very much for that. We'll say hello to Anita and Frank Rowe and Pam Krawick and Willie Wonky and oh man, that thing's flying. Cynthia Deering, David Level, Howard Rollins in the house. We hope you're feeling better there, Doctor. And Professor Rollins, we hope you're better. And let's see, I mentioned Cynthia. Jillian Hannah is here. She'll be with us in the chat primarily tonight, from what I'm told. Michael Chatta is here, and he is Michael Chatta 444, formerly known as
Yin Yang 444.
Cheru, and he's well known everywhere. Armin Hogue is in the house. Miss Carmela Schwartz is here, one of our regular panelists who we like having on board. And let's see who else is here before we move along.
Anita, did you say Anita?
I said Anita's name, and Armin's name, and Cynthia Deering's name, and David's name, and Shandon in the house. Frank Rowe is here. Irena Stek Sala is here. Sekmati Ur Rahman is here. Shandon is here. Bruce, cousin Bruce Gerstein is here. Sadananda Das is here, of course, and Pam Krawick. So there you go. We're gaining speed now. We're up to 64. Rao Saheb Pandav. Mr. Pandav is here. Thanks for being here, brother. And Shandan, who I mentioned, is here. Glad you're here. And there's Armin again. And Karina Lance in the house saying hello to Chartu, also known as Charmaine. And Pam Krowick in the house. Glad to see you. Angela Leland is here. Thank you for being here. Pat Green is here. I mentioned Chartu, Charmaine already.
She's doing the contest tonight.
She is. The
Ollie.
Char girl is.
Mhm.
All right. Charmaine, thank you.
And hi to Patricia Green.
I said hello to Patricia Green. I'll say it hello again. Patricia. Kumar Nepal is here. Hello, Kumar. We're glad you're here.
Hi.
Greg Miller. Dwayne Schufelt
In Florida.
from Florida. One of them Florida Gator guys. All right. In the house
Greg
there.
Miller.
Greg Miller, I mentioned. There's Karina and Pam and Cheryl Bess in the house. Hello to you, Cheryl. And we're up to 67 and gaining speed. Virginia DeSanto in the house. And who else is here? There's Carmela, Kumar, Willie Wonky, Anita, Shandan. Cousin Bruce Gerstein is in the house. Hopefully he's feeling a little better. Melanie Marcano, Dawn Swihart is here. We're glad you're here, Dawn. Thank you for being here. And let's see, who else could possibly be here? There's Dwayne again, Pat Green. Fortune Mayo is here. Fortune Trader is here. There's Mohammed Jahangir Kabir and Isabel Bailey. And I guess Lynn spoke with Isabel today, and we're standing by to stand by. We'll see what happens shortly.
Uh-huh.
And let's see, there's Anita again, and Karina, and lots of folks.
Yeah.
Wow, 77. We're on our way to 100 and something again tonight. Thank you very much. We're still doing the restream thing. We'll do it for a little while longer. We're waiting for some solidarity, some strength,
Stability.
and I was coming to that, and stability with O-Connect. And Dominique Henderson is here. Allison Bridson is here. Hello, Miss Bridson. Deona Choates is here. Srijit Jana is here. The gang is pouring in. Here we go. Sina is here. And Ravindra Kumar is here, as well as, who else is here? Dominique, I saw. David, I saw. Karina. Les Hudson. Les Hudson in the house. Sadananda Das is here. And there's Linda Degan. Hello, Linda. We're glad you're here. Thank you for hopping on board with us tonight. We're on our way to 100. We're at 81. Not too shabby. And here's the Tin Man.
Did you say hi to John Barilla?
John Barilla, he's still looking at MASH.
He loves those shows.
Yeah, but paying attention here as well. The topic is something I have some experience with. Not me, but several around me, including my mama.
I know why it's blurry. I have to change the.
Oh.
Remember I told you I would
you changed.
make it less clear?
Yeah, it needs to be 1080.
No.
There we go.
Now we know why.
Oh, much better. 1080 is a much better place to be. All right, everybody. We've said hello to quite a few of you, and now with 75 on board, we're going to say hello to Vivine. Vivine Benny in the house. Hello, Miss Benny.
Hello.
Glad you're here. Papua New Guinea and Australia are her homes. Jayanta is here. Sina I mentioned, and Shandan I mentioned. Virginia I mentioned.
Sananand Pujari.
Pujari is here. All right, we got 2 Sadanans tonight, and we'd love to have some more. So come on board.
Hi, Michelle Weaver.
Michelle Weaver is in the house. Thank you.
And Gedam Deepak.
Gedam Deepak is here. Thank you for being here. Dinesh Chowdhury. Hello, Dinesh. We're glad you're here. It looks like people from India and Bangladesh are pouring in tonight.
Yes,
Melanie Marcano. You don't have to tap, tap, tap. I saw it. Thank you very much. Melanie Marcano in the house. There's Michael Chatta and Armin Hogue saying hello to his friends. Hello, Armin Hogue. And now, please pray for Ash.
Roy Davies.
Roy Davies from Florida, US of A. Hello.
And Sharon Koo.
Sharon Koo. Sharon Koo. And I won't say the S word tonight, Sharon. I'm getting tuned into that. Christina Dodds in the house, as well as Alfred Siban Ganal. Hello. We're glad you're here, and we're glad you're enjoying it. Marilyn Murray is in
Merlin.
the house.
Merlin.
Merlin Murray. Sorry about that.
That's
The
okay.
old glasses ain't what they used to be. And Shandan.
Henry Horn.
Henry Horn in the house, our friend. Hello, Henry.
Yeah. I think we're good.
Up to 83, and we're climbing. We're headed for 100 and something tonight, which
Okay.
is not too shabby.
Very good. Kenroy Gallion. Hi. Welcome to
Hello,
our
Ken
show.
Roy.
And we got
Subhash Sahu.
Subhash
Jayanta is here. Hello, Jayanta. Jayanta.
Panja.
Panja, glad you're here as well.
And hello to Dilip Mondal.
All right, Dilip is here,
And-
and Chris Tiazone is here,
Hi,
along with Brian Croich
Hi,
from
Brian
Canada.
Courage. Nice to see you here.
Brian, we're glad you're here, brother. Thank you for being here with 83 of
Thanks
us
for
on
dropping
board.
in, Brian. That's nice.
We appreciate it. David Lavelle, I mentioned. And let's see, who Isabel I mentioned, Armin I mentioned. Okay, I've mentioned just about everybody except Diona. Diona Choate is here. Hello, Diona. Let's talk praying. Let's talk praying for Ash, his lovely wife, Ashmahan, their two lovely and handsome young men, Omar and Yusuf, as well as the tech media and support staffs around the globe for their good health and safety. And hello to Frank Rowe. We're glad you're here as usual. And Dinesh is in the house. Not too
Shabby.
as she says. Robert McGahee's here. Thanks for being here, Robert. Also, please send out your love, light, and your prayers to anyone you may know of or have heard of who has been injured in an accident or is ill, and for their speedy and complete recovery. If we could scroll down, please. We have some
Scroll
announcements
up.
for you. As I mentioned, we're going to scroll up, not down. And Jamin Joy Roy is here. Thank you, sir. And there's Angela Lori Lunn in the house. Lori Lunn. She's got those Clydesdales, as you know. All right, let's talk announcements. We just have a few tonight. We're trying to just hit the real important stuff, if we may. Okie dokie. First off, migration without hesitation goes without saying. Sign your NDA and get your affiliate link goes without saying. Check out the newest website, On Passive Style, goes without saying. Check out the On Passive YouTube channel, goes without saying. Attend webinars and chats. Time permitting, we're not telling you have to be to everybody's everything, but do come here and do go other places where you feel you get value. And
Welcome to Harful is here, Harful, and as well as Yogesh Jolia. It's
all
nice.
right.
I think the time change is favorable to our folks in India.
We're glad you guys are
So
here.
we're seeing-
Olasumbo's here.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more of the folks
Right.
from India.
And we're glad you folks are here. It means a
And-
lot to us. Francis Tay from sunny Singapore is in the house.
And
That's our seafood.
those from India and Bangladesh, Pakistan,
Welcome.
Nepal are starting to come
right.
more because of the later time, which is really
We've
good to
also got
see.
a holiday going on, Diwali, right?
Diwali.
Diwali, and we made a video. Did that hit the airwaves yet? Not yet. It will.
Hello to Emmanuel Onyeguli.
Hello, Emmanuel. Glad you're here. There's Michael again. There's Virginia again. Coming around the horn again. All right.
Try not to miss anybody.
I don't think we have. I thought we've done a pretty good job, if I might say so. All right. I told you sign in your NDA. You know the drill. Check out the newest website. Check out the YouTube channel. Attend webinars and chats, time permitting. And log into your alternate emails, okay? Whether you have a Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Hotmail, Cold Mail, Timid Mail, whatever you got, Proton Mail, log in.
It's
Okay.
good. I noticed recently that for the emails that I use all the time, recently I noticed Gmail, they asked me to confirm my recovery email address and my recovery phone number. And I thought that was unusual because I use these emails all the time. So I'm thinking that they are doing something systematically to get people to confirm their recovery email and phone number. If any of you have noticed that recently in the past couple weeks, are you getting, when you log into your Gmail address, do you notice that Gmail's asking for that recovery information?
If so, provide it. Don't hesitate.
Because I'm thinking that it's a hint to us that those of us who have multiple Gmail accounts, it would be very wise for you to log into all of those email accounts.
You don't want to lose the ability to log in, because that's where your OTP is going to go from Verify.
And, you know, Gmail has said that it's going to be purging emails that have been unused for a certain amount of time, or not, you know, active for a certain amount of time. So just be safe. I would say make it a priority to log into all of your Gmail accounts.
Gina Leave is here. Robert Williamson is here as well. Jean says that image is her private island. Oh, she's already taken a guess, and we haven't even had the contest yet. All right, let's talk a little more about announcements, and then we'll move along, little doggy. All right, attend as many webinars and chats as you can. Log into your alternate emails. We mentioned that. Check your OES ticker, which is across the top in the OES and in O Founders. Check your pop-up. Now, the pop-up hasn't changed since September 16th, but the OES ticker has. So pay attention, especially when you log into OES, to the tickeroo, please. If you know someone, anyone who needs help, stop what you're doing, lend a hand, help them out, get them on the right track, because now with the apples flowing, it's important to be plugged in. Tonight we continue our medical theme with AI. And why are we doing this? Because we want to give you value every night. We want to talk to you about a different topic every night. And that's what we do at RobLynn Live and Ollie.
The Wonder Dog.
And the reason for that is we want you to feel you're getting something, not just rah, rah, you know, kick them in the tushy. Let's get going. Rah, rah, rah. Here we go. Da, 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 da. No, we want you to feel like you're getting something. And we feel giving back some of the information we know, some of it we have to research. But the next few days, tonight, it will be AI and dementia and what's the other one? Alzheimer's.
Oh.
And they are, they're almost one and the same, but there's some differences. And we'll talk about that a little tonight, because we want you to know, because many of us are getting up in age and we're going to be forgetful. I mean, I've still put my keys someplace special every day, but finally I started hanging them on the hook by the front door. So hopefully I'll continue doing that.
Routine helps, you know, keeping things in a routine, doing things in a routine manner.
And there's France saying a happy Veterans Day to all our veterans.
That's nice.
The Veterans Day is actually tomorrow, the 11th, every year, but it's being celebrated today. The banks were closed. My good friend Rich Shelsky took me to lunch today, and it was my turn to buy, and he refused to have me buy, and he bought me a nice meatloaf lunch. Very low in carbs with a salad.
Good.
And no gravy, and no mashed potatoes, and no fattening corn. So, Marty, I stuck with the diet at lunch, and tonight I had cucumber salad. So,
very good.
The only thing I may have gone off the deep end on is I had 4 of Lynn's, Miss Nakamoto's chocolates.
Oh, you took my chocolate. Hey, shame on you. That's my chocolate.
Wait a minute. You take my cheesecake so I can take your chocolate.
That's our cheesecake.
All right, it's our cheesecake.
So,
all right, 111 of us here now.
Larry Len says, Michael Chata, hello. And so we knew him as Yang Yang 444.
But now we know him as the real deal.
Michael Chata.
Michael Chata in the house, our buddy.
And Virginia says, yes, Lynn, they did ask me. See, so I'm not the only one. Google's asking Gmail holders to confirm their. I'm
going to get on that tomorrow. I have time on Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to try to get all of them done. We have several Gmails.
Look at what Jean says. Yes, Lynn, I have gotten a lot of notices like that in Gmail.
All right. So what does that mean? If people here are getting it and we're getting it, that means you're likely getting it.
Cynthia
now.
got the notice too.
All right, so everybody pay attention. You don't want to lose track of or the login for your Gmail, emails, Yahoo, Proton Mail, Hotmail, Cold Mail, Timid Mail, Ring Around the Rosie Mail, whatever mail you use as an alternate.
So,
all right?
And also, I want to say something about this. Now, if you get these messages from Gmail and you didn't set up a recovery email and or a recovery phone number, you really should. Because what happens if you forget your password, for example, you want a way to prove to Google that who you are, so they will let you access your account, right? So it's really important you have the recovery email and a recovery phone number. Just do it, you guys.
And
it's
see,
really
the nice
important.
thing about O-Mail is we'll be verified. So we're not going to have any of that nonsense because we're a step ahead of the game doing it that way. Yeah,
But
you guys need to take a lesson from O-Mail.
Yes, but we all want to have access to our alternate
Correct.
email address. While we're using that alternate email address as our account identifier, it's really important that you maintain your access to it. So that's why we're saying, take it from us, be safe, log into all of your Gmail addresses. And Jillian says, I have just recently logged into my Gmail accounts and have changed my password, plus the security features it prompts you to do.
Excellent. Jillian, you are on top of your
That's-
game, girlfriend.
That's smart, actually.
Keep it up, and
That's
everybody take a lesson from this,
That's
please.
a good chance to do all those changes now.
Mass hello to Colonel Daniel Lee, our auctioneer extraordinaire. Thank you for that super sticker, Colonel.
Thank you.
We love you,
friend.
brother. Thank you for being here.
Thank
We're glad you're back with us.
Thanks for the super sticker.
Very nice of you.
Mhm.
I said hello to Robert McGahee. Matt Stevenson in the house. Oh, my goodness, you're back. All right, brother. We're not on O Connect tonight. We will be on O Connect before you know it again.
Mhm.
They're working out some tweakaroos, and once that's done, we'll be back there. But for now,
Yeah.
we streaming.
Yeah, we're staying here in the screenshot. And we have Rita saying, hello, my beautiful Lynn and Rob. Good evening. Hi, Rita.
Rita in the house. Glad you're here, Matthew Stevenson. Thank you for being here. And let's see what else we can tell you.
You're welcome, Michelle.
Who
She
is
said, thanks
that?
for the reminder.
Michelle Kamstra. I know her.
She says, thank you.
She's Michelle somebody else, too. She's got more names than I do. All right. Well, now, check your OES ticker. As we said, check the pop-ups. The OES ticker you're going to find in OES, okay? The pop-ups, as I mentioned, I hadn't been a new one since September 16th, but don't be surprised if one shows up there announcing this, that, or the other from Mr. Mafara.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. If you know someone who needs help, you know the drill. For goodness sakes, give them a hand. And if you can't help them, you can send them our way. You can send them to other leaders, whatever you feel like doing. And I do want to salute all my fellow veterans around the world, especially in the United States.
There. You can
Here I
see
am.
now.
That's a crisp salute, hand salute, and appreciate all who have served. And we remember also all those
That's
who
funny.
paid the ultimate
Price.
price. And that's on Memorial Day, but I like to mention
Mhm.
all veterans now.
That's nice.
Yes.
And Gina Leva says, Lego my ego, LOL. That's
Lego my ego. All right. I'll Lego.
It's funny.
All right. If you know someone needs help, do it. Help them. And tonight we continue our medical theme. The reason we're doing this is to give you value. And we've had 400 and, let's see, if you add, what is it, 70 what tonight?
Oh no, he's gonna try to add the two numbers.
365 and
always does
79
that.
is
And he goes,
444.
you should just
444 different topics right here on RobLynn
before you
Live.
go live, then you don't have to struggle.
And write it down.
Yeah.
But I'm not that smart because
Diona,
I'm starting to get, early dementia.
can you
dementia.
read that? It's so tiny.
Diona says, yes, I've also received notices from them. And when I clean my cache and cookies 2 days ago. All of my Gmails and passwords were cleared out, even though I unchecked that box to not clear my passwords. Well, if you need to get a hold of them, do that right away. You don't want to let some, any grass grow under that one.
Yeah.
So,
hi, Satya.
Satya Papu, also known as Satya Narayana Papu. See, I'm the only one that can say that. And we're glad you're here, brother. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Vojko Burkett.
Vojko Burkett Jack. Glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And come back. Rachel Violet's here. Did you give her the sign for hello, Rachel? All right. She probably has closed captions on, if I know our Rachel girl. She does, as does Cecil.
Hello to Robert Williamson. Ring around the RobLynn Live.
Ring around. Yeah.
Oh, Dwayne says, great information. I've been getting the Gmail address.
All right. Well, here we are providing a little bit of value, a little bit of information, a little bit of Ash's vision. And we're off to the races and victory. Asima is here
India.
from India. We're glad you're here.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali to you. Wait till you see this video that we've done. It's pretty nifty, if I don't say so myself. It only took 41 takes to get it where somebody wasn't laughing, gagging, getting nauseous, throwing up, you name it. It took quite a few takes, but I think you'll enjoy it, especially those of you who celebrate Diwali.
And thanks, Michael, for creating those beautiful emoji greetings to individuals here. That's really nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
Namaste to everyone. And also buenas noches to Pedro Jose Estrada Solares, since I know all his names.
Very good.
So let's talk tonight. Let's talk what we're going to talk about tonight. And here we go. With a subject many of us have likely already had to deal with. I've just been dealing with it, not just with my ex-wife, who has a frontal stage. It's called frontal lobe dementia. She's a little better. That's Etta. And then I've got, I've got some memory issues, and I think Auntie Lynn has a memory issue or two on occasion.
Unforgettable.
The nice thing is she doesn't have to remember where the car keys are because I'm the only one that drives them the damn house. So there you have it.
But I'm sure some of you here can relate to that. Like when you're looking for something and you realize it's in your hand. Have you ever done that? Like you're looking for
I do it all the time, and it's in my...
Like your hairbrush. Okay, you're like,
well, how about your glasses? Where are my glasses?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, my glasses are on my face.
Yeah, where's my glasses? Oh, they're on my... Yeah.
Right, or they're on the nightstand. Yeah. And that's where you put them.
Come on, you guys. I'm sure some of you go through that.
Oh, likely so.
We'll find out. They'll
all
share.
Right, let's... I can't read it when you move it.
Okay, so they'll have to shrink this thing down.
Yeah, shrinking it is fine.
Okay.
All right, that's perfect. Oh, that's actually good. All right, so here we go. And now I'm looking at the private chat. Okay, now.
No, I was just this other notes field blocking it.
Okay, the most common cause of dementia, and that, as most of you know, is Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disorder. In other words, once it starts, it usually continues on. However, with AI, with machine learning, big inroads are coming to fruition. Hello, Greg Lakin. We're glad you're here. Thank you, sir. Cognitive function, in other words, the brain, and the Alzheimer's comes with that comes memory loss, comes difficulty in solving problems. I've noticed I used to be able to add 3 and 4 digits at a time and can't do it anymore. Confusion, sudden changes in mood. I seem to have sudden changes in mood, but I am on medication for that. And behavior. At present, there is no cure for Alzheimer's. But through research using AI, machine learning, modern medicine is getting closer and closer to a cure. How cool is that? With dementia, the causes are a variety of conditions that are currently being researched. One being Alzheimer's. It's very common and brings with it a set of symptoms. And what are those symptoms? If I may, memory loss, thinking difficulty, lack of problem solving, or language, and the changes in mood and behavior as we mentioned. Now, what is AI doing? AI, artificial intelligence, that we're very familiar with it on Passive, is being used more and more in research related to Alzheimer's and dementia. What are, if I may, if you'll indulge me here, Ms. Nakamoto, what are some of the ways AI is making an impact? Any ideas? Well, I'm glad you asked. Early detection and diagnosis, how important is that?
Very.
The AI algorithm, in other words, the keeping track of artificial intelligence, are able to identify changes in the brain that normally are not noticeable. Think about that one. AI is at work noticing changes in what we're doing. Very cool. Predictive analytics. Now, this is important. It's used for genetic and clinical information, patterns, and risk factors. We're all at risk for disease as life goes on, and these are two of those conditions that are somewhat predictive. They can happen to any of us, each and every one of us. So remember, and tomorrow night's topic, I almost forgot, is diet.
Oh, that's a good topic.
And we're going to talk diet because that has a lot to do with how you feel and how you go about your daily life. So we're going to tie that in with AI. Oh, you're going to have a ball tonight and tomorrow night.
That would be an interesting subject, I think. I think lots of people will like it.
True. And so that's predictive analytics being used.
Can you see what she's saying?
Apparently, table tennis helps prevent Alzheimer's. Ooh. And who's that from? Melanie? Oh, no, it's from Michelle Comster. The ability to quickly think to decide how you place the ball, return of the ball, and attack, or coordination, and your footwork and movements help prevent it. All right, so those of you who may be having symptoms of Alzheimer's and or dementia, play a little table tennis.
That's interesting.
Also being worked on through AI.
Allison Britson says, all the time I'm looking for my glasses and I have it on my face.
Oh, wow, Allison. I do that all. Alejandro is here. And there's Jean again, Gina Leva. Or as, what's that guy's name? Oh, Chris Johnson says Gina Levia.
Yeah.
I can't believe after 2.5, 3 years, 3.5 years, whatever Chris has been here, he still calls Jean Levia.
Karina says,
I have a ball every night with RobLynn Live.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you coming here very much. There's Rita. Simon is here. Hello, Zoe. Glad you're here. And I agree, Jean, nutrition cures a lot of diseases. If nothing else, it helps maintain, it keeps things from getting any worse, and there's nothing wrong with that. So eat healthy, eat wise, and exercise.
So Rita, right now, the payments are slowed down. So just keep engaged, and you'll hear people saying, we heard today that someone was able to pay with crypto. They showed a screenshot of the fact that they paid for OConnect with cryptocurrency.
And it went through, and someone else also did one with paying with credit card.
But I didn't see proof of that.
I didn't see that either.
I didn't see a screenshot of it.
Just rumor to that.
We heard that. So if any of you know for sure that someone has paid with a bank card in particular, let us know if you've seen actual documentation of the purchase. Not that you heard, but actually.
Don Swihart is here. Entrepreneur Product is here.
So much
Juan is here.
In the foods. There's so much influence of food. That is so true.
And tonight in the community chat, as we did last night, we may be talking about remedies. So stay tuned. You want to be there. You don't have to come into the chat. Onto the panel, but come into the chat because there's tons of value, because there's so many folks here that know all about vitamins, minerals, proteins, fats, carbohydrates, all about diet. So join us, will you? It's worth staying a little bit longer. And
it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Sawan says, hello, ma'am, sir. I am in India. Welcome.
Sawan, thank you very much for being here. Now,
hi, Lucy Dupa.
Lucy Dubai in the house for sure. Sawan is here. Harpool is here. Gutam is here. All right,
Happy
Gutam.
Diwali back to you, Jawanta.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. And drug discovery, they are through AI, through machine learning, they are getting more and more candidates for improved medications. Okay,
Oh, that's
it's
a good
able to
one.
predict how different compounds, and they use compounds in this type of disease. In other words, they mix things together and they get it right, and they're able to do that, and they're able to get the compounds to interact with the biological systems like in your body.
That's great.
Pretty good stuff.
That is. Hi, Heartful. That's beautiful emojis for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Monish is here. John 2 is here. Anil is here. Look at this.
Gutam is
Up to
here.
128. Gutam is here. Anil, as I mentioned.
Gracelyn,
Thanks, everybody, for being here.
Monish.
Nancy is here.
John too.
And Jillian is saying fresh air clears the cobwebs. And I have cobwebs often, so
Karina
fresh
says-
air is good.
Karina says someone on my team said the same, Rita. She couldn't pay today. Tried a few times.
But there's always tomorrow, and no one's going anywhere. The train doesn't leave the station until everybody's had the opportunity.
Sadananda wants to make a comment about Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's is a neurological disorder. Yes, it is. Dementia is a clinical syndrome, loss of memory. Correct. Correct.
you
I
very much.
stand corrected, or you
I can
pinpointed it
tell.
a little bit better than I did. I kind of mixed the two, only because there's a lot of research on the two together. And
I
there's
mean-
Mohammed.
Jean says, I may miss the duet show tomorrow. My nephew is playing in quarterfinals for
The
state.
state of Pennsylvania in soccer. Very nice. You'll
And-
be at his game
I'll-
cheering loudly.
I'll be at his game.
Very nice. That's your nephew, Gene.
It's nice.
Good stuff.
That's good.
Family first. That's
Always.
how we roll at RobLynn Live.
I love
And
a
by the
Pastor
way,
family.
you're not going to a duet. You're not going to miss a duet. You're going to miss a diet show. That was pretty cool. I
said-
think she said duet.
I meant diet show.
Oh, okay. She said, all right. All right. Let's move along. Here we go. All right. Now, the drug discoveries we talked about. Cognitive assessment.
Thank
Assessing
you.
people's brains and the brain powers. Hello. Thank you for that.
Thank you for coming.
By the use of AI, speech patterns, movements, and other behavioral data are used to detect cognitive functions, whatever those might be, which is used to provide a non-invasive continuous method of monitoring. How cool is that? You don't have to be hooked up to a machine. They can watch you. They can have AI at work and check you out. It's good stuff. You'll be glad you got involved with this. You'll be even more glad, or gladder, no, more glad that you don't have it. And there are some things you can do to prevent, or at least slow down the advent of either dementia and or Alzheimer's.
And we have Entrepreneur Product Galaxy saying there are abundant peer-reviewed studies in the scientific literature on terahertz energy and CBD, showing their efficacy against Alzheimer's and dementia. Of course, both are not patentable.
Well, but that's okay. Not everything that's patent is good for you. And, so it's okay. There's things that aren't patented that are good for you. So take a lesson from that, folks.
And Melanie says, Lynn, you aren't alone. I remember talking to my sister while I was about to make a cup. I know I had the bottle of instant coffee in my hand. I checked the cupboard. It was not there.
It was in your hand. Of course it was, Mel. Where else would it have been?
And Melanie says, sure enough, I checked in the fridge. The bottle was sitting there.
Okay, cognitive assessment we talked about. And let's talk about personalized treatment. And because of AI, the treatment plans that are being developed using the unique genetic and lifestyle factors of each patient brings about the best of interventions. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think my ex-wife Etta was able to get an intervention that has helped her with her frontal lobe dementia. So that's a good thing. Natural language processing. Never heard of it till I did a little research. That's NLP. It's used to analyze large groups of data, text data, including medical records and research papers. So there. The researchers are combining the best of the best, NLP, natural language processing, as well as medical records and research papers, all combined together to come up with the cure. Good stuff. Remote monitoring, AI devices can be used in remote monitoring for patients at risk or patients already diagnosed. Daily activities provide real-time data. And there's nothing like real-time data when it comes to research.
Yes, true.
All right, we've got a couple more things to say, and then it'll be on to the Ollie Boy contest. Robotics and assistive technologies. AI-driven robots and assistive technologies are used to remind patients of medication when it's time to take their meds, and to assist with daily tasks, and even offer companionship. Hello, I'm Rob the Robot, and I'm here to make sure that you're okay, Lynn.
Sounds good to me.
That's how that'll be done.
And
that's coming if it's not already here. I know they're using that in some mental hospitals, mental institutions, the robotic effect, and it's very, very successful.
And Jean says, my mom was in memory care community for several years, and we experienced dozens of different types of dementia. We learned a lot. Very moving experience.
It is moving, Jean, and just knowing that while it's not 100% hereditary, it does run in families for sure. All right, data integration. How important is this, putting data together? AI makes it easier, as we're already finding out with OnPassive, to integrate data sets, meaning large groups of data. It includes clinical data, imaging, as in X-rays or MRIs or CT scans, and genomic data, which provides an understanding of Alzheimer's. This holistic approach helps the researcher uncover complex relationships and even avenues to intervene. So, there's a key to all this. The key is to uncover complex relationships and the potential for different interventions. How about that? Not too shabby with 128 here.
Very good.
We're one team of professionals, which we tell you every night. We're one family. The professionals are working round the clock for us to get this thing going in high speed and be viral by the 30th of November, which we're told, ooh, doggies.
Coming up.
Viral. I like that word. And we're one massive movement. And for goodness sakes, we're definitely one on passive. And remember, gratitude is an attitude. Gratitude is an attitude. We got a lot to be grateful. And Davina Lee is here. Sadananda Das, as I mentioned. Ashit is here. And away we go. So now it's time for the Where's Ollie Boy in the virtual background. So if you want to widen the screen, open it up big time.
Now
there
we can
go.
finally read.
And Angela Leland says, my aunt passed away from Alzheimer's. So she has firsthand knowledge of what that can do to a family.
We're reading a lot of the funny, cute stories from people.
Pat Green says, I remember one day I went to my fridge and there was a bath towel sitting there on the top shelf. And I was single at the time, so I couldn't even blame someone else. Oh, my goodness. Bath towel. At least it wasn't somebody's underwear in your refrigerator.
That's funny.
All right.
That's hilarious. MedBed is part of the new thrust into frequency medicine. No drugs, no surgery, just exposure to frequencies that match the frequency of the cells of the body.
And that's coming to to us real soon as well. So stay tuned for that. Casey Zevenbergen is in the house.
Michelle
Didn't see him
Kempstra
earlier.
wants to share some information.
Okay, Michelle says, my dear mama is 83 this month and still has sharp memories. She's taking natural, specialized, native to the body molecules, loads of vegetables, fruits, and fish in her diet.
That's great.
And we'll be talking about diet tomorrow night, guys, and how important diet is to our general overall health. And Rita says, I used to have asthma when I was in Africa. Since I came to Canada, it has disappeared. In September,
wow.
I went to South Sudan, and the weather was too hot, 37 to 40 degrees Celsius, which is around 100, I think. Upon my returning, the weather became cold.
Oh, wow.
Change of climate can have a real effect on asthmatics. I was an asthma patient as a child, so I know.
And we have Merlin. She says, it's only when you mention taking your meds that I remember that I should take my meds. So that's, a lot of us go through that. And in Canada, Rita continues her story. In Canada, then the asthma came back. Is there any way I can get
rid of it without using medication?
Oh, thank you.
Natural remedies. I don't know specifically of a natural asthmatic medication, but staying indoors when you can, not exposing yourself to dust and pollen, that can have an effect on asthmatics, but I'm not real sure about a medication. And I think we've already established that Ollie is visiting my private island today, according to Gene. He's eating nibbles from my personal chef. Oh, I lost my head for a moment, Miss Oliva.
And Francis, hi Francis, saying shout out to the coolest trio in our business, RobLynn and Ollie on RobLynn Live. Thanks for remembering Ollie.
Thank you, brother Francis Tarla, and I believe he knows Auntie Helen pretty well.
Yes, he does.
Casey Zevenbergen saying hello to brother Michael 444.
And Jean had mentioned earlier the connection between Alzheimer and aluminum, use of aluminum. So Angela's saying, Jean, you're so right about aluminum. Aluminum, like aluminum foil, and there's aluminum even in some products.
That's very true for sure.
Hello, friends and family members from Anurag.
Are we ready to have the Ollie Boy contest?
I think so. I made a nice meal with all the trimmings. People were never late, so I checked my calendar. It was for the following Wednesday. Oh no!
Nicely done, Anita.
Yep. Jillian says a private island does sound good, and the scenery will be amazing.
And so will the lack of folks joining us there. Ooh.
Any updates on the card payments?
Okay, they're about the same, Francis. It's slow going right now, and they're opening it up more and more each day. So be patient. If you don't get in the first time, wait at least an hour before you try again. And then if it doesn't work that second time, I'd wait till the following night or following day, if it was me. And we do have accounts that we'd like to do that with. So we're waiting to be patient to when it's really flying. Dawn Swire says, see a natural...
sorry. Trying to keep up with the chat.
See a natural...
naturopathic doctor.
Naturopathic doctor. They can help with natural ingredients. Probably help with asthma as well.
And it says, they say comfrey tea helps the lungs, says Laurie.
Comfrey tea. All right. I like hot tea.
And Sharon Koo says, Lynn, I just logged into my other Gmail accounts, and you are right. You are correct. They send us verification via our recovery email and or HP to ensure we go through the steps. All is working well. Thank you, Sharon Koo.
Thank you, Sharon, Miss Koo. And I haven't said the S word tonight one time.
Very good.
Levi Mamabolo is here.
Hi, Levi.
And Sawan is here, welcoming all of India.
Sanananda says it should be absolutely concentrate, not to be ideal brain always devil's workshop because causes the dementia disease. And Robert says, Lumi.
That's right.
That's a tough one to say.
Lynn meant to say. Okay. All right, here we go. It's now time for the Where's Ollie Boy contest. So there we go.
Okay.
It looks like Ollie is on an island all by himself. And he's got some good victuals there. And we're back. It's November 10th, 2023. And Ollie is high atop his mountaintop there.
And hello, Unpassive Global Family from Charmaine, who is running our contest tonight.
Char2 for short.
Thank you for doing that. Hi, Aseta Sanfo.
Appreciate you, and thank you, Aseta.
Can I get help with my OMail account? In what way
Yes.
do you need help with your OMail account? Let us know.
Yeah,
Local Honey works wonders, is done.
Send us an email to roblynnlive@gmail.com, and we'll help you with your OMail the best we can.
Thank you, Rob, for clarification, says Francis Tarla.
Always my pleasure to help when we can. All right, so now you've seen the background. Now it's time for Miss Nakamoto to highlight a comment, and then she'll ring Grandma Bobby's cowbell. Ooh, we've gone an hour already.
Oh, wow.
What a topic, though.
Yeah, it's a
tonight.
good topic. Lots of people have relatives or friends who have dementia or Alzheimer's. So it's something a lot of people can relate to, you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is ring Grandma Bobby's cowbell, and then I'm going to spotlight a specific comment from the chat. Then you can make your guesses as to where Ollie is. And Charmaine is going to keep track of your guesses. She's going to tell us the location of Ollie in this background, and
Away we go.
She will tell you what we are eating. Oh, can they even see what we're eating? I have to do this here. Now you can see what we're eating.
Ooh.
It's blocking it before, right? Now you
I
guys
see
can
now,
see.
yeah.
All right, in case you want to guess what we're eating. You want to make sure you can do that. All right, here we go with the Grandma Bobby's cowbell. Don't make your guesses yet.
And LV's comment.
Until I highlight a comment. All right? I'm going to highlight a comment at the bottom of the chat. If I skipped your comments, just make them again. Is Ash Bomb coming on today, says Ruby Montognis?
Ruby, we don't know where Ash is at the moment. We don't know if he's going to drop a bomb tonight, tomorrow night, or when it's going to happen, but you'll be one of the first to know. Stay tuned. Check your back office for any information, and of course, check your OES ticker.
And Don says island somewhere in an ocean.
True, Don.
That's a pretty good generic guess. And Frank Rose says, I'm guessing Morro Rock in Morro Bay City, California. Casey Zebenbergen says California. Sina says U.S.
Thank you, Sina.
Dwayne Schufelt says Netherlands.
Netherlands, could be. Francis Tay, thank you for that super sticker. From our heart to yours, we appreciate you very much, brother.
Thank you for the super sticker.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for all you do with all the training you do around the globe.
Lots of trainings, all under the name OES. If you see that in the back office, OES Classroom or OES what?
Malaysia, OES Cambodia, Myanmar,
OES PNG
Thailand,
Philippines,
OES Philippines, or Papua New Guinea, and OES India, which is coming tomorrow morning.
That's a big one.
And that will be starring the one, the only Ayush. I believe he'll be along.
And they'll be at 8 a.m. Eastern time. We'll post that in the back office. It's really nice to have the young Indians doing the training and the speaking. It's really inspiring. So go check the back office. I'll post the link there, okay?
All right.
And we have Karina guessing California.
California, here I come.
Hi, Mohammed Shauki.
Hello, Mohammed. We're glad you're here, brother.
Jillian's guess is Ireland.
Ireland.
Chandan says California.
California, here we come.
Virginia asks, is it Hawaii?
It could be Hawaii.
Mel Marcano says California, but we know she meant California.
Could be.
Cheryl Best says Mexico.
Mexico from Cheryl Best. Okay.
Gratitude for our CEO from Anil. That's really
Anil,
nice.
thank you very much.
Irena says the Tasman Island, southeast coast of Tasmania, Australia, but not sure. She says it's a guess.
All right, good guess, good guess, good guess.
And
I'm sure we'll know soon enough.
our artist Michael Chata says hello to all unpassive brothers and sisters worldwide. Thank you, Michael.
We're at 129 of you guys and holding strong, so thank you very much for that.
And Jean reminds us that is her private island.
Oh, I believe Jean has laid her claim to that island, no doubt about it.
Michelle Kamstra says, is that in South America? Falk Islands, maybe. Guys, I need to go. I'm having my nephew and niece this weekend. Okay, love you. Thanks
Bye
for
for now,
stopping in.
Michelle Kamstra.
Allison Britson says, California. Lots of different guesses. And Ann Gelaco says, hi with the I love you. Love you too. Thank you. Hi, Jean Aliva's sister from, he's saying calling her sister, not her sister, but Jean Aliva, who is a sister from Bimal. California is my guess. Did I say that already?
Yep.
Okay. From Levi. Hawaii Islands is Sirija Jana. Hi, Lily Lane. How are you, Lily? And any more guesses? Okay, John Beretta.
Jean-Marie.
He says,
California, what Frank Rose said, my evil twin likes to steal from Frankie is often correct. Gloria Rose in the house. Lucy Dubai in the house.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday night from Gloria. Lucy says, cancer is increasing rapidly in PNG. Looking forward to having med beds in the future.
Sounds good to me.
Beautiful background, Divina, says Frank Rose.
All right, I think it's time now for Miss Ng.
Okay, she's free to come in.
Charmaine, you're welcome to come on and tell us all about it, or you can just put it in the chat, whatever you like.
Yeah, either way. Hi, Ollie from the Maldives. We'll try to bring him to the camera tonight. Remind me, honey. Yakaya has praying hands for all of us. Hi, Yakaya. Good morning from Bangladesh. Sajmimur Rahman is here. Welcome. And we have Yakaya saying hi to us or prayers for us. Thank you.
Thank you. We need all the prayers we can
hello,
get.
hello. And he says, hi. Michelle says, hashtag Francis Tay and his super stickers, hashtag doing wonders, hashtag
huge heart. That man does have a heart of gold.
Thank you. And we're getting to the answer in a second. We have Shiv Shankar saying, hello, everyone. Good day. And we have Sadananda saying, we want to travel, Gina Leva, to our sister's new island. And Angela says, the diet is more important in these illnesses, the environment, what we drink, put on our skin and the gut. And Gina's laughing.
All right. I believe Shar is here.
Roy says, hello, RobLynn. It is California.
California, here I come.
And let's see. I'm scrolling down. We'll get more guesses. Hello to Pratima. Welcome. And maybe California, says Sadananda. Looking for, I meant Hawaii Islands, not the big island of Hawaii, says Virginia. Okay, good clarification. Patricia Green says California. Hello.
I think it's time for Miss Charmaine.
We're getting it. I'm scrolling down and it's going to come up. It's like
it's right in front of you.
It's right here. So we just have to be a little patient. Charmaine says, Morro Bay, California, known for Morro Rock. It's a popular spot for bird watching, kayaking, and is recognized for its fishing industry and seafood.
Seafood.
Bird watching, kayaking, and is recognized for its fishing industry and seafood.
California, here I come, right back where I started from.
Harpool says, wow, superb RobLynn Live show. Great session. Thank you.
Thank you, Harpool. We appreciate that very much.
Hello, Ollie from Virginia DeSanto.
Thank you, Virginia.
Nagaraj, hi.
Hello, Nagaraj.
Waving to us. And Michelle Comstra says we have 131 likes so far. Oh, 131 attending, I think. Bye, guys, to everyone. Bye.
All right. Bye for now. We'll see you real soon.
Congratulations to Frank. First boy, says KC. Let's see what her, look for
Charmaine.
She'll be here shortly to comment. Let's give her some time. Mexico or California? Rachel's guess. Mexico or California?
Mexico or California?
All are welcome on my island, says Jean. Diet and fresh air helps. according to Jillian. Hello, Gayling. Nice to have you here.
Glad you're here, Gayling. Thank you for your service.
And hello, Gutam. How are you? Great to be here from, says Ilanet. Hi, Ilanet.
Ilanet, Lebanon from Israel and California.
Nice to have you here. And Bimal says, thank you so much. You're quite welcome. Nagaraj says hello to us with pretty emojis. Thank you so much. Need to take pup out. Be right back, says Jean. All righty. Sounds delicious, says Virginia DeSanto. Having motivated work helps everyone too, says Jillian. Hello, Raymond Comas Girana, who I believe is in PNG. We love Papua New Guinea. Congratulations, everyone from Irena. And Shartu says, Ollie boy, Rob and Lynn are munching on yummy fish tacos. Wow, let's show the tacos here.
All right. There they are. Ooh, those look good.
Yum.
Love me some tacos.
Looks really good, huh? And we'll get the winners in a second. Thank you, Chartu from Davina. Thank you for handling the contest, Sis Davina. Congratulations to everyone, Sis Davina. Congratulations, Casey Zevenberger.
Casey Zevenberger.
Not too shabby, says Sandananda. 132 we are. That's not too
good
bad
stuff,
at all.
good stuff, good stuff, everybody. Thank you.
Congratulations, Irena from Casey Zevenbergen. And Levi says, beautiful background as always. Thanks, Davina. How nice.
All right.
Okay, and Angela says, congratulations to everyone who answered correctly on tonight's background. And same thing, congratulations from Frank. And let's see. Let's see if Shar is going to come back to us. Looking for Shar's comment of the winners. Hi, Greg Hill. Good to have you here. Nice
Greg, we're glad you're here, brother.
Hanufa's here as well. Hi, Hanufa. In India. No, she's in Bangladesh, I think. Right, Hanufa? Bangladesh. Randy Leonard is here.
The Beeve. Hello, Beeve.
Nice to have you. He said, evenings are tough, but getting better. Oh, I hope you get better. I hope you feel better.
Right. All right. Is it time now to do the me?
Let's see. I think that Shar too. Did I miss your comment, Shar, announcing the winners? I might have. If I did, if you would just kindly post it again, the names of the winners, because that means I just missed it. I'm sorry if I missed it. But I don't see them. Have you?
No.
Okay. I haven't seen
All right. Thanks to all the winners and the guessers and everybody else. Thank you.
My heartfelt thanks to all of the veterans. Love you for your valuable service. I love Mr. Ash Mufara. Oh, that's so nice.
Very nice, Nagaraj.
Yes, greetings from PNG, says Raymond.
All right, Raymond. Glad you're here, brother.
Levi says, brother John, Tin Man Barilla.
The buddy.
All righty, so I think we're good on the contest. Please take a few minutes to see the smiles you create by being here, says Robert Williams. Well, we hope you are all smiling. We get to see your smiles if you come to the panel, and that's how we're going to actually see you on video. If you want to be, let us know. Okay, I think we're good. We're going to go now. Greg Hill says, I don't want to miss with Greg Hill. Oh, he's saying hello to Casey. All right. So now is our community time, and my husband will explain what that is.
Community time is where each and every one of you can come on the panel, speak your mind, tell us a little something about yourself, and maybe share something about the Alzheimer's dementia situation.
Yeah, share.
Maybe tell a story. Just be sure you're dressed appropriately, not in any nightwear or any nightcaps or
we don't want that.
What have you. And
Hi, Sarah.
And that's about it. And all you got to do is say me in the chat.
Okay.
Anita Frauen, who is first.
Okay, check your messenger for the link Anita. It is same thing as last night. You did it last night. You can do it again. You will remember. And hello to Sharon Whedon, who says, I just got home from work. Greetings to all you beautiful people. Good evening. Hashtag RobLynn Live. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you. We're glad you're here, Sharon.
And hello to Rao Sahib. Welcome to our show.
Mr. Pandav, we're glad you're here. And the Beeve is here as usual. Thank you, Beeve.
Let's see. Looking for me, for those who want to be.
So far, we've got Anita, and that's it for now. And there's Carmela Schwartz. She's a me girl.
Carmela, look in your messenger. It will be right there. Look in your messenger, okay? And hello to, who else is here? Bilash Chakraborty. What a beautiful name. It's
Very
fun to
nice.
say your name.
And
like
Pat Green is a me girl.
Okay, Pat Green. All you got to do is look in your messenger and you will see it right there. Pat Green. Anybody else?
John Badia.
Okay. John Barilla.
And Char2 says she was trying to announce the winners, but it wouldn't go through.
Oh, you can still announce. Go ahead. You can do it. Patricia Green, look at your messenger and you will see it. John Barilla, look at your messenger. You will see the panelist link there as well. Anybody else? Patricia Green, yes, sent to you. Yeah, welcome. And Raj says, I love you both, RobLynn. And thank you very much for giving us more and more information and updates.
It's our pleasure. It's our honor and our privilege. Thank you for saying that.
Me, I have a link. All right. Oh, and Carmela's here already. Hi,
Carmela Schwartz in the house.
There she is. How you doing, Carmela? Trying to announce. Okay, so if you can type it again, try Charmaine. If not, it's okay. Because we had people congratulating the winners already. So it's not a big deal. Okay, Patricia Green, check your messenger. It's there.
Char2 says me, so I can announce the winners.
Okay. Yeah, that I sent to you already earlier. It's in your messenger. I sent it before the show started. You have it. Anybody else say me? Okay, and we have Patricia Green, and she's fast, man. You're fast, Patricia. Good job.
Hello.
Welcome. Hi. Good to have you here. Love when you're on with us. And hello to Lonnie Day. Welcome to our show, Lonnie. I love all of you from the bottom of my heart. Love by you all from Richard Lamar. And John Barilla's in the house already. Harful Rai. Okay, Harful.
Hi, John.
Hello.
Let's check if our Harful is on my. Harful Rai, right? Harful Rai. Yeah, I think I got you here. Yeah. Okay, look in Messenger, okay?
Before Lynn sends it to you in Messenger, all you got to do is click on it, brother, and you'll be in like Flint.
Yeah. Check in Messenger in the pending request. I might not be in the main part of your Messenger, but check where people who aren't your friends ask to talk with you.
Looks like Anita has jumped on.
Wow, she did a good job.
Hello.
Good job, Anita. It's getting easier, huh? Jabe. Okay, so look again, Harful. Look in Messenger, Facebook Messenger. I sent it to you there. If not, if you need it in WhatsApp, let me know. I think I have you on WhatsApp as well. And
I'm there.
Asking to come in. Hello, Murali. How are you, Murali?
I think so, yeah.
Ross,
Am I there?
Says
Yeah,
invitation to Deepawali Festival in India. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Anybody else coming in? Say me, and I will
But I
give.
can't hear the sound.
Your sound is coming through.
I can hear the sound on the TV. Should I turn the TV up?
Turn the TV up.
Sure. Whatever works.
Because it's
Ron,
connected to the
hi,
TV, so I
Ron,
better
yes.
turn the TV up.
All right.
Where's my thing with the TV?
Anupa says, Don Barilla, how are you?
Oh,
I'm doing fine. I have several Alzheimer's stories or dementia and Alzheimer's. I'll have to
can you hear it now?
maybe limit to one or two.
Oh, there's John. Oh dear.
Okay, I hear some noise.
Really, it's an adventure for Anita, isn't it?
I have several Alzheimer's.
Okay, so the background is coming from Anita. There's an additional, like an echo. Anita, if she can work on that, maybe you help her.
Anita, go ahead and mute while you're not talking, okay?
Really,
That'll get rid of the echo.
Yes,
Just
it
mute
is.
while you're not talking. Okay.
Okay, sorry, Anita. Mute for now.
Now, when she mentions TV, is it because she has a phone, computer, and a TV on, or something? Does she have more than one device, perhaps?
Could be.
Do you have more than one device? One, she can't even hear. One device. Only one device, please.
Greg Lakin?
Okay, Greg.
Is it because she has a phone,
All right, Greg.
and a TV on?
No, I don't have a computer. I don't have a computer.
Right, she's on the
I
phone.
only got the TV and the phone connected up.
Okay.
TV.
All right.
She could be on more than one page up too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'll shut the TV off.
Yeah,
Yay.
that's it. All you need to do is see it through your phone. We don't need the TV.
I shut the TV off. Is that better?
Yeah, yeah, and we can see it. We can see it on your phone,
I can't
so we
hear
don't need the
anybody.
TV.
Yay.
You're good like this.
Sound.
Oh, no sound?
Yeah.
Turn the sound up on your phone.
Why don't I have sound?
The volume on your phone, perhaps. Can she hear me? She can't hear me. Uh-oh.
She'll come back. It's okay. All right. Welcome to all. So our subject tonight will be the topic, which is Alzheimer and dementia and AI. We'll stick with that, all right, Hen?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so go ahead and get the ball rolling.
Charmaine in the house. You want to go ahead and announce those winners there, Charmaine? Char2?
All right, yes.
We're going to be, our subject tonight will be, we're going to be dementia and AI topic, which is Alzheimer's, dementia, and AI.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll stick with that, all right? Go ahead
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
get the ball rolling. Go ahead and get the ball rolling.
Charmaine in the house. You want to go ahead and announce those winners? Charmaine in the
Sorry,
house.
do you have
Those winners there.
devices on for me?
Everyone, we're going to be
You're the only one unmuted.
I am going.
She's the only one. Can you move, Remy?
Charmaine in the house. You want to go ahead and announce those winners there.
Okay, Charmaine, did you mute? Because you're the only one that's unmuted. You're the only one unmuted right now.
The one that's giving this funny, hang on, sees the animal. Okay. Come back to you. Okay.
Okay, so Charmaine, you ready to make your announcement? That's good. The background stop. Let's stop. Thank you so much, Charmaine. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, I think I caught 12 of the winners. Of course, Frank Rowe is first boy. And then come Casey Zevenbergen, then Corina Lance, then Alison Bryson, Levi Mamabolo, Greg Lekin, Bismal Das, Ray Davis or Roy Davis, Sadananda Das, Patricia Green, Rachel Violet, and Sina.
All right, very good. Thank you for that, NG. Miss NG, Miss Charmaine, Miss C2. Are you going to stick around on the panel or do you have to go?
I can stick around a short while.
All
I
right,
like the
all right.
topic for today.
Carmela was first up with, she has a story to tell us about dementia and Alzheimer's. Go ahead, Carmela.
Hello? Hello, everyone?
Hello,
Do you hear
you're
me?
audible. You're audible.
Okay. I would like to tell you about my father. He had dementia. He have the Alzheimer in his oldest when he get 80, and I have a lot of problem with it. The dementia is a little bit you at the beginning you don't mention that the person is dementia. It's very it's not easy to notice that because it's not we have 24 hours a day, and it comes in few minutes in the time, and in the all 24 hours. For example, it can be not okay in 5 minutes, and the other 24 hours is okay. So you don't notice it at the beginning. And it's very hard to know that he's getting the dementia. And I had that story with my father. I used to call him on the telephone and to speak to him. And once I called him, and he started to speak to me in Romanian, and I don't know Romanian. And I told him, Father, speak to me in Hebrew. I don't understand you. And he continued speaking in Romanian. And I start to ask him, please speak to me in Hebrew. I don't understand you. And then I called my brother and I told him, father is not okay. He is dementia. Something is wrong with him. And he told me, no, you're not okay. Father is okay. I see him every day. You're talking nonsense. He just come confused from his sleeping. And I have argued for 8 months with my brother that my father is not okay. And he said he's okay. And I'm saying he's not okay. Last time I decided to take him to a doctor to make him a exam, and they found that he is dementia. I was right. My brother was denied. He didn't wanted to know that my father is not okay. When he understand that he is not okay, we went to a wedding, and in the wedding there was a woman which is grow me and my brother when we were young. She was our metapelet. I don't know the word. She was taking care of us when my mother was not at home.
A nanny.
And she knows the family, and she knows us very well. And my father told her, my son is doing me a lot of problems. He don't want to marry. He was already married with 3 children. So she opened the eyes at me and she said, you hear what your father is saying? I said, yes, I hear, I know. And then my brother understand that he's not okay. So when you are dementia, you remember the old things. You don't remember the things that happened now. The remind is the back remind, not the one that now is on time. One time I was calling him at work. He was calling me at work for every 10 minutes and say the same things. And I told him, you called me 10 minutes ago and you said it. He said, no, I didn't call you. And then he called me again. And then he called me again. And then he called me again. There are many small signs for the Alzheimer. We have to be very, very, very to look for it, to find it, that it comes, because it's not easy to find it. And there is examination. We have to go to a special doctor who do it. One of the examination is to give the man draw a watch. You putting the watch, and he have to put the numbers 1, 6, 3, and 9. If you don't put it right, it's something wrong with him. Another examination you can do it for Alzheimer is to let him count from 100 down to 1, and to take out 7 numbers each time. And if you don't know to do that, you have a problem too.
Well,
And there are other examination. For example, he start not to know to do a small calculator. For example, he went to a shop. They give him money back. He don't count how much money he got, and they don't give him the right money, and he don't notice it because he don't know to calculate. You can ask him a small question for how much is 2 and 2 and 3. He don't know to do it, and he told me instead of that, I have a calculator. I don't need to. He was smart. I have a calculator. I don't need to tell you such a question. Why you ask me that? The person that have the Alzheimer deny. He don't want to know that he started it. It's something that you don't want to know. And easily it's getting worse and worse and worse. For example, one time he went to the bank and he asked for money, and he told the woman, bring me 10,000 shekels. And she said, you were yesterday here and you took already the 10,000 shekels. No, you are a liar. Give me the 10,000 shekel. And they had to call me and my brother because he makes a balagan, a big story in the bank. And he started to blame the woman, curse him, and say that she stole the money from him, and he wanted the money again after he got it yesterday. And a lot of stories, hard stories, you get when somebody is dementia, and it's not easy to have somebody dementia around you. And there are groups that support people like this, and there is a lot to learn about it. This is my story with my father.
You're sticking to it. Well, your patience, I'm sure, has been helpful with your folks, and just continue to do what you're doing.
My father is not alive anymore, but it was before many years.
Well, all righty. I think John Barilla, Mr. Barilla, had a story or two to tell us about.
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
You are audible.
All right. Well, I actually have 3, and I think I can tell them short enough that it won't be too long, but because it's 3 different people. And first is I'll say my brother-in-law first, because he has at this time full-blown Alzheimer's. And he's living in a care center, of course. I'm getting echo, darn it. I wonder if it's me.
Let me mute.
I'm going to try to make sure everything's turned off but me.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, he's living in a care center, and he's been there now, well, several years. And what I remember about him is that at first, of course, you don't recognize something, of course. And I remember that I visited, they live in Florida, my sister and brother-in-law, and I live in New York, of course. And I would visit as often as I can. And my family used to all get together down where my sister lived in Miami area, Coral Gables. And we would go for holidays. And I remember one holiday, this is when he was just showing some signs, but no one but me noticed anything, that I actually said something that I thought something was off or something's wrong. And it was basically that it was the first signs of just telling a story or being completely off in what he was thinking about. He was talking about, we'd come from the airport. He brought me, they drove me to their home from the airport. And when we got out of the car, everybody kind of went into the house, and I was out in the front yard with him. And he talked about, because I was a cab driver every once in a while as a survival job, but he talked about talking about the cab drivers. And it was just such a strange story that he was telling about, those guys, they know what they're doing. They make that money. And he told me this whole thing about how cab drivers, of course, he should know that I was a cab driver. And it was just an odd story. And I thought, gee, there's something wrong there. And then all through that visit, something would come up every once in a while that it's just like the communication was, that's not him. But no one else really noticed it because they would only be moments. And then, of course, as the years went on, he progressed. And the thing with him was that he showed very aggressive behavior at certain points. And this is while he was still living at home. That became very difficult. And then, of course, at some point, he was, in a care center where he is today. Now, the thing is, though, that as he was in the care center, he had various aggressive qualities and problems, but somehow they dealt with his medicine so that whatever they came to is what they use now. He's actually in a much better state. I mean, how can you be in a better state because it's Alzheimer's and it's not the person, but for himself, he's more comfortable, and he doesn't communicate. But he does recently, he's began to, and this is something that I've known for a while, music sometimes is very good. And so he goes to the music sessions, like when they have folks come in to entertain the patients, and he reacts very well to music and to specific songs. And that's a very positive thing because, like I say, this is a short story for him because I want to get on to two others. But the nice thing is now that he's much more peaceful, not aggressive or anything like that. And the way he reacts when he's in the group to the music and to people is so much better. So that's for my brother-in-law. And okay, so now I'll give you a story. A very, very, very close friend of mine who is a director in the theater. He's actually a writer, producer, director, actor, singer, and always would write a lot of material for people and shows, and also for cabaret performers. So he had a show, and I performed for him many times over the years. And he had a show that he was trying to get produced, that he was writing for a certain performer that he had worked with over the years. She was mostly, she's a performer on the stage in theater, musical theater, all kinds of things. But she was very well known as a cabaret singer, and so he was writing a musical for her so that she could perform this musical, and this kind of was her life in a way. And anyway, I was always involved in the workshops and pre-production things, but there was never any thought that I might be in the production. I think mostly because I was getting to be a little older, and they were going to have, she would be the main character, and there would be like 4 or 5 snappy young guys that would play all the other characters. And I was by then probably still talented enough to be in the show, but I wasn't a snappy young guy anymore. So I never expected to be in the show, but I worked with them on all the pre-production stuff. As time went on, they had difficulty getting the show. Went through certain stages, and they never really got much more than workshop productions and such, reading productions. And I was never in any of those productions, but I was always in the behind the scenes working on the productions before they would ever put any temporary productions on. So anyway, it came a time, though, and this was just a couple of years ago, where I got a phone call from the lady who was the cabaret performer that he was writing the show for. And she asked me if I would perform. She was planning to do a one-night performance in a cabaret theater of the musical that I had been helping them with all along. And I thought, first of all, that's strange. You're going to do a one-night performance? She said, yes. And Dennis is directing, and I will be, of course, playing the lead role. And I would like you to be one of the other characters, because, like I say, it's like a group of 5 men who play all the other characters. And I thought, well, I was like amazed. I said, really? You want me to? I said, that's wonderful. Great. I'd be happy to do it. Now, the thing is, he was to direct. He wrote the show, and she sort of co-wrote, and he wrote the show, and he was directing it. But he had recently been diagnosed with pre-dementia. But the lady, the performer, the cabaret performer, she was aware of this, but she didn't tell anyone, and she didn't tell me. And I learned later the reason she asked me to be in the show mostly was, like I said, I'd done a lot of readings and stuff, but it was basically because she probably felt that having me around while this show was going to go on would probably be good to have me in the cast and around. And so anyway, I didn't know anything, though. As we did the show, as we rehearsed and everything, I could start to see, even though she didn't tell anybody and she didn't tell me, but I noticed again signs and things that were happening. And he would even talk to me at times. And one day we were working on a song and I was learning a harmony. And so he was going to play the harmonies for me and I was going to sing the harmony while he sang the lead part. And so as we got through it, I said, sing that for me, sing the harmony for me. So he couldn't do it. And he kept singing the lead. And I would say, well, well, sing the harmony for me so I can just really hear it. And he said, well, I am. I said, well, you're not. And so then that was one sign for me. And at one point, as we were talking, he said to me, yeah, John, he said, I'm having trouble with my right hand piano playing. He says, yeah, I don't know what it is. He says, I'm just not able to play it as well. I'm not able to play as well as I used to. And I said, oh, really? I said, well, maybe that's why you're having trouble with the melodies. Well, I don't know. And he knew, he had been pre-diagnosed, but again, he wasn't really aware or thinking of it at that time. And I knew nothing, but I'm thinking like, something's going on here. And this caused, throughout this production, as we went through it, he was directing it now, you have to remember. And a lot of things happened. It was very difficult. And the lady was sort of taking over the direction and who was in the cast, and there were all these problems and people showing up for rehearsals. And I just realized at some point, this is exactly what's happening. We got to the show, we had 4 young guys and myself, and we had the night of the show. It's a one-night performance only. And a lot of the guys were not worried about it. They thought they knew what they were doing, but I knew that a lot of them didn't know certain parts of the music, certain tags, certain harmonies and things. And we had so few rehearsals with everybody there because it was just a chaotic experience, which I won't go on. That makes the story too long. But at any rate, we were ready to do it. It was the night of the performance, the day of the performance. We actually had a little rehearsal several hours before, and it was quite obvious to me, boy, if we do it like that, we're in big trouble tonight. Certain songs, certain harmonies and such. So right before the show, I had said to them, I said, fellas, did you hear what we did there earlier today? You know that you were all off on your harmonies and whatever. I said, listen, we got a problem, but I think I know the harmonies. So anyway, I worked with them. I said, would you mind if I tell you guys what we need to do very quickly? They said, yeah, yes, please. So I did that very quickly, and we did what we needed to do. Now, my friend, he had become totally kind of off on his own. He was there, but he wasn't directing. He wasn't involved in that. He was just kind of there, and he was kind of paying attention. And that was about it. And he was with us, but he wasn't with us, if you know what I mean. So anyway, and none of the guys were really ever aware of it for some reason. Now, the lady, of course, was. And by this time, I certainly was. So that's one of the reasons I kind of stepped in to help a little bit. And so we got very lucky, though. It was one of those nights where everything went right no matter what. Because it was just one of those, first of all, the majority of the audience sold out performance were big fans of this lady that was the cabaret singer. So she could do no wrong, of course. And it was one of those things for the young guys, once I corrected them, that's all they needed. And they were terrific. And everything just went right. And there was my friend, the director, sitting in the back of the cabaret watching, but really he was an observer. And it all went so well. And it was his last time that he ever directed. And the wonderful thing about it was that when we had our ovations at the end, of course, the lady, the performer, she got tremendous ovations. It was a wonderful thing. And she then pointed to each of us and let her have our moment. And she spoke of each person, each performer and whatever. And then and this is kind of what I know she did this whole thing, as hard as it was, to pull off and everything that went on. I know she did this for Dennis, for this director, because she knew this was probably the last thing he would ever do or get credit for. And she then held off to the end. She introduced Dennis, talked about him, and had him stand up. And of course, all the audience just gave him tremendous ovation, warm ovation. And I'm not even sure he was completely aware, appreciating him at that time, but he did. He was very quiet. And then that was it. And that was the last time that he ever directed or wrote, of course, anything for the theater, and that was his last show. So nowadays he's in a care center himself, full-blown dementia. It's never been diagnosed beyond that to Alzheimer's. He has had 2 minor strokes in this time, and he's not Dennis, but he's calm. I visit him. I haven't visited him for a while, but I visit him and try to talk and just make him feel comfortable and whatever. I bring him cards, and people send cards, and I bring and read them to him and all that. So that's Dennis. That's his story. And then quickly, I'll tell you, this is the one I appreciate the most, and it's about my mom, and it's not too long. So anyway, my mother was diagnosed with dementia. In fact, that's what she died with, dementia. And anyway, she was in Florida, where my sisters live. I live in New York. So my sisters were always there, much more for her, in particular my younger sister, who really became virtually her caregiver. And then at some point, of course, she had to be in a care center. And so I would visit as often as possible. And this would go on in time. And my mother, the way she displayed her symptoms was that she became actually calmer and quieter as the time went on. And of course, she reached a point where she no longer really communicated or recognized, but she became what I always think of as kind of a cherubic person, in that she always had a slight smile, a pleasant smile on her face. She became very quiet, never spoke. And she was at one point, she would either be in bed or in a wheelchair. And so anyway, the ladies, the nurses, they loved to bring her out with all the other ladies or patients, because they would let them put the wheelchairs in line in front of the desk. And my mother was always the most pleasant of all the ladies that would be out there. And of course, she got to be just totally quiet, but she was always pleasant and enjoying people and smiling and listening to them or whatever. Okay, now I came to visit at this time. And anyway, I went into her room and I greeted her and everything, and I remembered that she always loved soap operas, and I always knew soap operas because I was an actor, and I also would watch the soap operas that my mother and my sisters always loved. This is going back to when we were growing up. So I was sitting there, and I was there with her in the hospital. And of course, she's in bed and she's not communicating. She's just kind of looking with a cherubic smile. And we did, she didn't talk to me or anything. I would talk to her. And I said, "Mom, want to watch there's a soap opera. I think your favorite soap opera is going to come on. You want to watch the soap opera?" And I went up to the television in the hospital and I said, let me find what channel it's on. I know it's coming on. What channel is it on down here? And I was messing with the television set. And one of her caregivers, a nurse, came in to the room and was dealing with my mother for a little bit while I was up there messing around with the TV set. And I said, "Oh, I'll get it. I'm going to get the channel, Mom. Don't worry about it. I'll find it. And so while the nurse was helping my mom and dealing with her, my mother suddenly looked at the nurse, looked over at the TV set, and she looked at the nurse again. And she said, "That's my son, Johnny, And that's the first time she had spoken probably in 9 months. And that's all she said. And she never spoke another word again. And it was a moment for me, since I hadn't heard my mom speak for a long time. And I knew she had been in this quiet state. Cherubic, yes, but quiet, totally quiet state. And so for me, that was an incredible moment when she said that to the nurse. That's my son, Johnny, So I just wanted to tell you about that. And then, of course, she was eventually she went into hospice and she stayed in the same center, and then she passed away. And they never actually they said they didn't diagnose her with Alzheimer's. They just kept it at dementia. And I never quite understood whether it needed to be or why they didn't. But then she did pass away about 6 months after that. So that's the story about my mom. So that's all I got. So thanks.
Aww, what a beautiful story about your mom. I liked all your stories. So nice. real life
Real life
stories,
stories,
they get to
they
me
get to me
in a good way.
in a good way.
Yeah, it was a very nice moment, I have to say.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right.
All right.
Anybody else
Anybody else
is moved
is
to
moved
speak?
to speak?
Our
Our
panelists.
panelists.
Good evening tonight. Very, very good sharing. And
You hear my husband?
I'm in the background here. I'm sitting in the little more comfy chair for me. My tushy can't take so much of the secretarial chair. I have been listening. Carmela, moving on the great guy. Thank you. And let's hear everybody. This is our community time where we have as everyone knows. And the echo must be me because I'm sitting so far away.
That's hard to know.
Hard to know.
You got to hear my husband?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can hear him good.
Okay.
Very well.
Okay.
He's in
He's
pain.
in pain.
When he sits too long, it gets to him. So I just say, it's fine.
It's fine. What we could do.
I would like to share a little bit about
Okay.
Okay.
Alzheimer's.
Patricia,
I want to.
I see in our private.
Private.
I have to use so much echo. Give me a second. All right. So Patricia, I see you want to speak. That'd be great. And then Carmela says it's very hard to see the people you love be that sick. This is true.
It is hard, and I
Okay.
just went through it for the past 4 years with my former father-in-law, Jim Greenlee, and he had the frontal lobe dementia, and it progressed and got worse. And not only was he forgetting things, he was giving away money. He was angry at the world at times, and there were other times when he was Mr. Lovable, like he could be. And it was tough to watch. You see someone go through their lives with one attitude and one way of being, and then all of a sudden, when over a period of time, dementia and/or Alzheimer's sets in, it's increasingly hard to watch, especially over a long period of time, because it doesn't really get better, or it hasn't that I've noticed. My mom had that before she passed and was sick, and I think I have a touch of it now because I do forget. I can walk out of a room, I can go in a room to pick up, let's say, a document and bring it back to the office here at home, and then I'll forget why I went into that room. So that's part of dementia, I guess. And so, you know, I probably got it from my mom and grandparents who also had it. So I'd like to hear, we'd like to hear from Patricia Green instead of me. Go ahead, Pat.
Thank you for
Father-in-law
sharing.
was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. He used to work in a bank as an auditor for years, different banks, you know, he would go in and do that. And later on, he was working in a lumber yard. That's the word I'm looking for. He was working in a lumber yard, and he would take checks and stuff, and you know, for customers to process them in their accounts. And he'd forget he had the check, and he'd throw it in his trash can next to him. And they started to realize he used to be in the habit of budgeting doing the checkbook, their own personal checkbook, down to the penny. And he quit doing that. And they realized something was going on. And later on, they realized he was throwing away checks, which they realized where they were going, which was in his own personal trash can right there at the job. So that wasn't hard to find him. But it was still the idea, you know. And I remember my mother-in-law sitting on the couch and said, "We got to do something with Eldon because he thinks he's plugging in a razor, but he's actually wanting to put a fork in an electrical outlet." And she said, "I just can't watch him 24 hours a day because you got to sleep, you know, and rest and eat and all that." And they ended up putting him in a nursing home. And I always loved my father-in-law. I thought he was a neat person. And when women would come into his room and he'd kick them out nursing home. It was funny to watch him. But I always thought he was a neat person, and he ended up passing away from that, which is still sad to this day. But I just thought I miss him. It happened some time ago, and we lost my mother-in-law too. But it's just sad when you see them changing some. When they think they're plugging in an electric razor, and they're actually wanting to plug in a fork in an electric for them and everybody around them. And so she ended up having to put him in a nursing home so they could watch him closer. But I always thought he was neat. I know he's up in heaven having a good time, so I don't wish him to come back, but I sure do miss him. That's what I had to say.
Oh, these stories are amazing, real life stories. Very touching. All right, thank you so much. We go now to Charmaine Ng. She'd like to share.
Thank you. Thank you for all the heartfelt stories. I'm very sure they're close to all our hearts because you really feel them. I would say I have also a real life story to share. But before that, I want to give a little bit of advice. You have to preserve the health of your brain when you're young. And if you can't do that, you can still start doing now. So, there are brain food, but I would say the best brain food is good oil, because a big part of our brain is 60% of our brain is made up of fatty acids, good ones. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. 60% of our brains are made of fatty acid, and that means oil, but it has to be good oil, not the ones that are very highly processed, because that will give you inflammation. So what is the best oil to take? Olive oil. But it has to be the real thing. There are a lot of things on the shelf, olive oil, that are not real. They mix it with something else to get profit. So preserving our brain starting now, you can drink. I actually drink a spoonful of oil every morning. I've done that for the past 20 years. But my story is about my mom. Before she passed on, she was healthy. But one day, while I was back from work, I found her on the sofa, and she was like in a dizzy. She wasn't speaking well, and she couldn't even sit up straight. And we sent her to the hospital. They can't diagnose anything, but they did say that there's something wrong with her brain. And then it became worse the next few days. Even after a week, she can't recognize me anymore. I was standing next to her and she was looking for me. It was very sad for me. It's like so sudden. So between my three siblings, we decided that we want to seek alternative, because I know in Western medicine you can't do anything with the brain. There's no cure. You just prolong the life, but there's no real life. The person is like, they don't know anything. They can recognize, or they become angry for some. So we discussed whether we can find something from the traditional Chinese medicine, and we did find one. So we say we will try, because no harm trying, because it's natural medicine. They're not medicine. TCM, or traditional Chinese medicine, it's not medicine. It's about herbs and usually roots and herbs. So we gotten hold of something, and what we need to do is to shave her head, because we need to apply it to her brain. It's a lotion. We tried it for 3 weeks. We got my mom back. She was able to recognize me, and she could talk, and she could eat. So that was something that is more cheerful to share. That I was very thankful for this lotion that we put on her head. We have to do it every day 3 times. She hated it because it was kind of spicy, very cooling on her head. But we persisted, and it helps. So the thing is, really, we need to start now and preserve our brain. We need to take good oil. So actually taking a spoonful of oil, good oil is okay. It's not, it won't make you grow fat because they are good oil. The cells needs them.
Thank you. A lot of good hints. A lot of good hints in that story you just told, and hopefully people can pick up the good tips that have been shared and nuggets of wisdom from people having lived with those who have Alzheimer and dementia. Not just reading about it, but actually being with these folks, and really just tugs at your heart. It really does. All right.
Coming up on 2 hours.
We're coming up on 2 hours. Let's see if we got anybody else wanting to talk. I certainly want to let Anita speak.
Anita's waving her hand.
Go ahead, Anita. Okay, you are unmuted, but there's no sound. Try adjust the sound. I can't hear you. She's going to try to adjust your sound. While we wait, for her to fix her sound, Olive says, I have a paternal aunt who has dementia. She remembered the past, so whenever I visit and she asked who I am, I'd sing the nursery rhymes. She'd sing to me when I was a baby. Her face would light up. Aww.
Yeah, that's the music. They remember songs sometimes.
Yeah. Great advice, Shar, too. I love herbs, says Davina. Good sharing, Charmaine. I've read in some blogs about intaking essential good oils. I've read in the past about Dr. Mercola about the topic Alzheimer's and dementia. We need to go back to nature. Prevention is the key. Keep trying, Anita. Keep fidgeting with your stuff. You'll figure it out. We'll have your sound back. Kala Karki says, Happy Diwali to all of you. Must say good night, says Christina Dodds. Love you, Christina. Gina Leva says, I have great compassion for those going through this now with their loved ones. Sharon Koo. Whoa, Charmaine, what about great sharing on TCM? Natural herbs is the best. Hashtag Sharon Koo. Levi Mama Bolo says, we are learning every day here. Thanks, Carmela Schwartz, John Barilla, and Jean Oliva. And Jean exclaims, music heals. And I think a lot of us believe in the power of music. Very therapeutic for lots of people. Good night, Cynthia Deering. We love you. Charmaine says, yes, Chris, I'm sure there's scientific papers that advocate the taking of good essential oil. Hello, Madan. Stop eating processed foods too, says Virginia DeSanto. Thanks, Charmaine. I believe in herbs. All right. Any luck? No luck?
No luck for
Maybe has she got the volume up on her phone?
Yes.
Oh, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Oh, what did she do?
Hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I talking loud enough?
Perfect.
Okay. I just wanted to share something. When I was at Timber Ridge, when I was in the room with a dementia patient, and she kept hearing her. She thought her son was out in the hall. She was hallucinating. And I told her, no, this is a rehab. We're here to get rehabilitated because you couldn't walk and I couldn't walk. So we're here for that. And pretty soon I connected with her because I got real close to her and I started singing Jesus Loves Me. And she knew that song. So she'd sing and she'd clap with me. And then I said, do you know any other songs? And she said, coming round the mountain when she'll come. So she knew the words, so I'd sing, she'll be coming round the mountain. And then she started finishing it for me. And it worked out really good because I started feeding her and watching her at night. And I'd play the cello music, and so she'd relax. And then we'd meet when we went down to the gym to do the walking. She'd sit in the wheelchair. She couldn't walk, but she would sit there and they'd, have her do leg exercises. And then now the recent story to that is I didn't want to leave, but I did take her into chapel. And when I got her in the chapel, I said, do you know what this is? And she said, a Bible. And I said, do you like the Bible? Do you want me to read it? And she said, Psalms. And so I read a little bit of Psalms and we prayed. And we always prayed. And so she knew the prayers and she knew Jesus. But other than that, she just didn't know why she was there. She kept saying, take me home in your car. And she just kept going back to that point. Well, when it came time for me to be discharged, the director had come in and said to me, do you want a different room? Because you got another week here and you're not sleeping at night because you're watching out for Doris. And I said, well, I love her. I'm here for a reason. I must be here for a reason because, I'm not getting the exercise I need because I don't have the knee brace yet. And so I stayed another week. And then after I left, we came home. I had hip surgery. It took about 2 more months before I got to go back and see her. When I went back to see her, her daughter had her in a different room, and she was in the TV room, like a dining room, with 3 people. And she was a total different person. I came behind her and I hugged her and I started singing Jesus Loved Me. And she says, Anita, and she turned around and she remembered me. And I was amazed. And I said, wow, you're doing great, honey. Do you like football? Oh, yes, I used to watch it all the time with my son. I don't know where she got her memory back, but she was a different person. So we said, would you like to go down to the chapel? We got down to the chapel and I said, what would you like me to read? And she said, the truth will set you free. And I said, I don't know where that is. Do you know what it is? We had to look it up. But she remembered a particular scripture, which was to me amazing. So then I said, I'm going to come back and see you again. And she said, okay, tomorrow? I said, no, not, but pretty soon. So I'm going to go volunteer there pretty soon when my leg gets so that I can drive. Then I'm going to go volunteer there.
Wow, Anita. What a great.
We had a cha-cha in front of the dining room, and they pushed her up there one day when I was a patient. And in order to go through there, you had to dance when you went by the person entertaining. And they stuck me way over on the other side of the room, and I saw her sleeping in her wheelchair, just conked out right there in front of the entertainer. And I thought, oh, they brought Doris to the dining room? I'm going to go over there. I've got to wake her up. She's got to see what they're doing. They're singing. And so I took my wheelchair and I did the cha-cha with my wheelchair because I wasn't allowed to walk. And I did the music to the Banana Boat song. And I was going back and forth and everybody was clapping to the music of the Banana Boat song. And they called me the Banana Boat Queen. And then I got right in front of her and I tapped her and everybody was singing. And she saw me and a big smile came on her face and she started clapping. So after that, I got the reputation of being the Banana Boat Queen, but she enjoyed that song so much. She was just remembering songs. Music is important.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to share that with you.
It is.
That was beautiful sharing. Beautiful. Well, anybody else move to say something, or are we good?
I could say one more thing.
My husband said this is all very moving, in case you didn't hear him.
Another good topic.
Another good topic, he says. Anita, yes?
Yes, I just wanted to mention something that I found out about berberine when I was taking it. It's been on the box, and so it can say that it has been researched to improve your memory and your cognitive health and even prevent Alzheimer's. So that's a good thing to look up, berberine. You should research that. It also helps fibromyalgia, helps joint pain, and helps a lot of things, lowers your cholesterol, helps your metabolism. But the most important thing is research for the brain, and I thought that was really interesting. So I'm taking that because I want to have a sharp memory till the day I die. I'm trying.
Really good.
You know, can I say something about the spouses of folks that have these diseases? It's very hard, particularly on if it's a couple, if it's a man and wife. Very, very hard on the, well, it's hard on the whole family if there's a family around, but in particular, the relationship, it's almost as hard, if not, physically, but still mentally on the spouse. And I'd like to just give credit to my sister, for example. Of course, she's a nurse, so maybe that helped her a little bit. But like I say, my brother-in-law, Terry, it's been a few years now. And like I said, there was a journey before he reached the point of being in a care center. So there was a journey and a time at home. And it was very difficult, as I say, because he had certain, aggressive characteristics. And I just would like folks to remember, think of the partners, and it often changes their lives forever, and certainly it destroys whatever the two people have between each other in a certain sense. But to give my sister a shout out, right to this day, even through the difficult times, now that he's in care center, her love is there, and she goes almost every day, and she appreciates so much the folks that are in taking care of him. But I just have to give her credit because it can affect the person in a negative way. As hard as you might fight to have a positive love for that person, I know of situations where it destroys the couple, at least on the person that's not ill. They don't necessarily have the same, love and compassion. And so I just wanted to mention that you have to think how hard it is on the couple in the relationship. But I do want to shout out my sister for still to this day showing her love in every way she can to her husband.
Beautiful.
I see another hand.
Melanie. Oh, I can't hear you yet. No sound yet. Oh, okay. I think you're good now. Try
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I did nothing. No, I was just saying, it looks like I was having a senior moment. I don't know what senior moment is, but it feels like I was following the chat, and I was wondering, why is the chat repeating itself? Then something, I don't think I was sleeping, or maybe I fell asleep at the table. I don't know. And then I opened my eyes and realized I sent a message to Camilla. Camilla said we are on, and then I looked. Okay. Anyhow, to make it short, dementia and Alzheimer's and this disease, I think they're bad spirits by themselves. They are pretty sad when we come to think of it. But there's ways that you can reduce those, though. Somebody mentioned the singing. I think it was Anita, and I don't know if Cha mentioned the same. But singing, dancing, and swimming, they can help ease the strain on the brain, because Alzheimer's is when it's when we are sheltered inside. If we notice during COVID how I know it take a toll on me, and I felt I was going Alzheimer's, although I'm not that old. And I just felt to myself, okay, I need to get up and do something. And believe it or not, I put a music video on Facebook. I shared one with me dancing, and I didn't care what I look like, what I felt like, but I just started dancing and dancing. And then I got people who tell, good for you, because it got me out of the mode, because all I could feel was like my brain. It wasn't the same as before. And it's because I work from home. We were told to stay inside for like about almost 3 years. So I believe a lot of stress that has a major effect on the brain. A lot of stress is wear and tear on the brain, on your mind, okay, on your memory. And if we don't take the front, if we don't step forward to do something, it's going to take over. And because in my country, in my island where I'm from, there's a lot of centurions. And we all know what centurions are. Like they're 100. I was sharing that with you, Lynn, the last time. And 110, 115. I think the oldest person in my country who passed not too long ago was 125. And these people, they look good. They look great. They go shopping at that age. They have, they can remember people. They can pray. They can, as Anita was saying, they take the Bible and they read, they sing, and I'm saying, but wait, I'm not even close to these people's age and I'm already forgetting. So it's really a lot of stress. It's stress on the brain. It's wear and tear that is causing that little pea brain of ours to get so tired that if we start forgetting things, and there's a way out. But sometimes it's a little bit late, but if we take early, we can get healed by just singing out. Singing out helps the memory. Dancing and mingling a lot and getting outside a lot in the sun, it has a lot of good effect on our lives and on our bodies, you know. And the other thing I wanted to say, it's kind of scary when you think of it, when you're starting to forget things and thinking that you're in a different world. Yeah, that is really something to really take a lead on and start doing something. So I pity those who have family members who are going through that stage. It is not a good thing. One night I was praying with my friends. We were doing a partner prayer, and she was taking care of an Alzheimer patient one on one. Like she go into the home, and the lady, we had to stop to listen. The lady was saying things that doesn't make sense. I was asking my friend, what is she doing? She said she's moving around and she's just, speaking some other language. So I told her, let us pray. Just let us pray. Let us do something. And when we start praying, she will stop. And if we stop for a while, she'll start back into her same old language. So I'm saying, oh my God, this is so sad. And I told my friend, just gather because, people like that, maybe they can go through a window, they can just exit the building and you don't know where they are. And then she said to her, she asked her where she's going, and she started saying things that honestly, it really sounded so sad, things that did not make sense. So really and truly, all my brothers and sisters, we are all here, and we all have to get ourselves, active, because the mind is terrible to waste it. Terrible to waste it because when we are not active, it's like just lingers. And then things, all thoughts and all things are coming in, and then all of a sudden, it's some traumatic times, It's like the wear and tear. And then it leads to something else, and all of a sudden, we find ourselves lost in the rubble. So I believe singing, dancing, and as Anita was saying, praying. I have to keep saying praying, and I sure a lot of us here who prays, whether it's whatever religion it is, we pray, it helps. Praying is a big must because the Bible itself is a healing book. There's a lot of healing properties from the book of life, which is the Bible. Whenever I feel I'm going low, I reach out to the words in the Bible and it makes sense. It does help me. So this is what I wanted to share tonight, among other things like nuts and all these things that can heal us.
Very nice.
Very nice, my husband says. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Carmela would like to speak. She has been asking for a bit, so we'll go to Carmela first.
I want to say something else about the dementia because my father was dementia and it was a very hard time with him. I try to learn what help you to avoid it. So I've understand that people don't breathe. Mel said we are on stress. When we are on stress, we don't breathe enough. We need to breathe. The brain needs oxygen. The oxygen help you to keep the brain good. And also, it's good to learn a new language. When you learn a new language, it also help you to keep your brain okay. And then there is a play game called Sudoku, which help also. We have to do Sudoku every day. It's help the mind to keep it okay. And there is a exercise for the brain. It's like we are doing exercise to the body. We have to make exercise to the brain. There are some application who make exercise to the brain, and you have to do it for 20 minutes every day. This exercise, like you do exercise to your body, and it's help your brain, keep your brain good. And that's what I have to add to my story already.
Thank you, Carmela. Okay, on to Anita. Wait, hold on. I gotta unmute you. Okay, go ahead now. Go ahead.
Okay. When my husband and I were married for 60 years. 3 years before he passed away, he got dementia. It kept getting worse and worse and worse. It was horrible. At the time when he was still living with me here in the RV, I would have to lock arms with him at night because he wanted to wander. He wanted to go out and drive the car. He couldn't drive anymore. And he wanted to get the keys away from me. And it was very tough. And he got them one night because I was exhausted. And he took off in the car. And I woke up and I said, Tom, are you here? Where are you? And I went out and he wasn't on the couch. He wasn't in the house. I looked out, the car was gone. I panicked. I called my son. I called the people that he worked for, which is my daughter's friend. And so they would go down by the work and Tommy would go by his house because my husband said he was going back to Michigan. Well, he couldn't have found Michigan. He couldn't even find Ocala. But anyway, when my son found him going up and down the highway on Highway 200, which is a really busy highway. And he got him pulled over and he brought him back to his house and he got home okay. But after that, he just kept going downhill. Then one day it had been raining here for 3 or 4 days, dark and pitch dark. And I looked out the window and the sunshine was coming right in my window, right like at me, but it was still dark on the patio. And it was like the sun was shining on me. I said, God, I said, why did you let him get this? I'm supposed to go first. Dear God, why? And all of a sudden, Tom came shuffling out. What's you doing, honey? And I said, I'm praying. Come and pray with me. And he came up and he looked at the sun. And he looked at the sun coming in. And he put his arm around me. And he said, Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. And then he hugged me. And he hadn't hugged me in the longest time. And I will never forget that moment because it was beautiful. Prayer. But he answered God's question. The question I asked God, why? Why him? Because it was God's will. And he passed away in May a year ago. And it was a long time before I could even smile. But it was church that brought me back. And the people at church being so kind to me and taking me out to eat as a group. And me being with a crowd of people. I got my heart back. And I just want to thank you for letting me share that with you.
Wow. Yeah. If you read the comments in the chat, you know that your sharing today has really touched the people here listening. You know, I think this show has blessed a lot of people tonight. People also being able to share their personal experiences with everyone, and sharing is very therapeutic. So I think this was a great forum tonight for everyone to realize that people are having challenges. Maybe we don't go out and tell everyone that we have a loved one or a dear friend with Alzheimer or dementia, but we know we cope with it in our own way. But it's really nice to be able to come to a webinar such as ours and to be sharing, what you're going through, and knowing that the people here are so loving and so kind and have a lot of empathy for what you are all going through. So we appreciate that you folks stayed this long. We have 92 still here with us. That's a sign that people are engaged and they're liking what they're hearing and they're getting something out of it. So thank you so much. And I want to make a final call, last call for anybody here in our panel who'd like to speak. We really did try to get Sharon Whedon to come on, but maybe Sharon might have stepped away. But I know Sharon Whedon, Ballyhoo, said she wanted to come and speak. So if you're here with us, I did message you on Messenger with the link. You just need to pick it up from Messenger, Sharon, okay? I see you haven't picked up the link yet, but we do want to give you the chance to speak. I see that Carmela would like to say a few words. Go ahead, Carmela. Go ahead.
Everyone for sharing his story. And I want to say there is a one machine that in Israel they make, it's a new one, which is taking out air that you can breathe, and it help you for your dementia also. So it's a new machine, and it's going viral to the world, and they start selling it. And I want to buy one for myself, because the air that we breathe is not so good. And this machine is making a special air that you breathe, and it helps you to keep your brain and your body too.
Wow, that sounds fabulous. I have a brainstorm idea here. I think that someone should start a club in Onet for this topic. Does anybody here on the panel feel moved to start a club with this topic? If not, we might have people in the chat who would want to start one. Melanie, okay, let us know what you're going to call the club, because then we can have people join your club.
Well,
Okay, hold on, I gotta mute.
my son.
Ooh, massive echo today. All right, go ahead.
No, I was saying last night I was going to share the natural one. Somebody can jump in with me if you want.
Okay.
I know there's people in the panel as well.
I see Carmela says me. I can. Carmela wants to.
Okay, so I'll do the natural part, and
Okay.
then
If you guys have names for your club, you can promote it right now before you even start the club. Then people can search for it and join. Have you, or do you need more time to think of the name? If so, that's fine. We can just bring the name on another show, then get people to join.
I maybe share it tomorrow.
All right. What about you, Carmela? You want to think about a name, or you got a name? Oh, sorry, I got to unmute you. Give me a second. Go ahead, Carmela.
I always think about a name. I probably will call it health, about something about health. Health, take care of your health, something like this.
Okay, so you want to think about it more, because you need the whatever name.
Yeah, she can let us know. I've been hearing people saying they're starting clubs. I'm thinking I got to keep track of some of these, because I've been terrible. Not joining the clubs. Then I'm thinking wow, I'm going to have about 10 clubs that I'm not even knowing the names of. So make sure you let us know exactly what it is, so I can get myself in there and join them. Like I said, I'm not sure I joined the RobLynn Live Club yet. I don't know. Did I? I'm not sure.
I don't know. But I
know I joined one of Rob's, but again, I haven't gone there yet or anything. So I got to get it together.
Yeah. All righty, sounds good. I know Anita's got her hand raised. Let me unmute you. Go ahead, Anita.
I was just going to say, if you do girls need any help, I'll be happy to help you.
Okay.
Any way I can. And I was thinking of reaching for the stars for the name,
Oh, that's pretty.
That is.
Thanks, Anita.
That's a lovely
but I'll
name.
help you any way I can.
Okay, so let's figure out a way to hook up. We can do it through the
Thank
show
you, Anita.
because
You're
we
welcome.
You
have.
are wonderful. I like you, and I like your comment and what you're
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
You are
I love
excellent.
you too, honey, and I'm glad we can be together with you in your tired times.
All right. And we have Isabel Berry saying, yes, I would like to. And Pedro Estrada says, yes, I'd like to join. Sharon Koo says, wondering, ideal, I will join the club. I feel I'm losing my memory at my age too. I'm sad.
I know.
I think a lot of
I
us
wrote a
agree
funny
with that.
poem for that. I'll share it with you next time.
All righty. And Lucy says, Anita, your sharing is very powerful, touching, and therapeutic. It is all part of the healing process. And I want to just share the comments so the panelists can know how you've impacted others today. Sarijit says, all wonderful panelists beautifully shared the journeys from their hearts. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. And we have Michael Chata. He says, wonderful session. Have a good night, good morning, and everything in between. Rebecca Cafero says, thanks very much for sharing. Really appreciate everyone. And go ahead, Mel.
Okay. Right now, true stories in this life, especially in a time like in this era. I have a friend, she's German, and I met her through church. Very nice lady. She was one of the victims in the war where she was force fed and all of those. And I started noticing she was doing odd things. 82 years old. Well, she's now 82. And she started comparing herself with me. So I'm saying, but it's okay. I will get you to your age, but not right now. And he said, yeah, I know. But she kept saying things, and I said, oh my God, she's feeling a way about herself. And I keep encouraging her. We used to sit for lunch. We used to talk. She used to go like she used to do Uber passenger, not with me, but other people. And we would laugh. And she just took to me and my son. She just loved us. So she would take me to her home and her beautiful apartment in another city, and we go for a walk along the shores, and it was fun. All of a sudden, nowhere to be seen. So I became sad because I said, "Oh my God, this lady, she won my heart at her age." And she said, I was asking about her, but I didn't know who to ask. I asked another gentleman, and he said, "Oh, he too, he's wondering because they are almost the same age group, but he's younger, right?" And they were like kind of family in Germany, but they settled here in Canada a long time. She had her own farm, but when her husband died, it took a toll on her so much so that her children are surrounding her, yet her memory, she said she did not want to sit on the balcony because it brought back memories. So I said, maybe that's where your mind will get settled. Try to overcome that type of memory, memory of losing your husband. Go sit on the balcony and maybe watch the bird fly. Maybe check a leaf fall to the ground, and because you're an artist. So she said, no, 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 it's sad. And the balcony is a big one, and it's on the very ground floor, right? So one day she mentioned she's picking me up for church. It was a wintry morning, and just last year I'm talking about. So I said to her, no, I'm so close to the church, I can take the bus. It's just one way. And I just walk across. She said, no, 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 stubborn. I'm going to pick you up, okay? I'm going to pick you up. So I noticed time is going by, and I like to be early for church because I was part of the choir. So I wanted to be there like half an hour early, right? And when I didn't see her, I go to my aunt, oh my God, such and such a person said she's picking me up for so long, but I haven't heard and seen her. So I called her, no answer. After a long while, she's calling me and said, Melanie, where are you? I said, I'm still the same spot. you told me to wait on you, but I told you to go directly to the church from the city you drove from. Oh, no, 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 I'm picking you up. I said, so where are you? She came from one city and she was way up at an airport area. That's when I realized, oh my God, she's losing her memory. I got scared for because it's wintry and the area she was, it is accident prone. It is a stretch of highway where a lot of accident. And I was praying, I said, God, let her go. Let her come straight to that church hole today. I said to her, just don't bother picking me up. Just go straight because outside is not pretty. And then she said, no, no, no. I said, no, don't concentrate on me. I will just take the bus to the church. I got to the church. She still wasn't there. And after a long while, there she comes waltzing in. Oh my God, I was so scared. I said, I didn't want to get you nervous, but I was more scared for you than anything. And then all of a sudden, the lady, she's disappeared in thin air. What happened is, I think they suspended the license, and the children must have kept her. They did the wrong thing though. Must have put her in a home for the aged or something, because I don't hear from her, I don't see her, and nothing at all. So these are the things that, when people are like that, we have to have a lot of patience with them and make them laugh as much as we can. Do things with them, even if they're older, because we too have to get there one day, and that's what I always think. One day I'll be getting there if God permits me here in this life that long. And I don't want to be in that stage because it's not a pretty thing when you lose your memory and when you're it's like you're in a rigor mortis. You don't even know where you are. So I'm saying to her that she needs to do more fun things. I'm getting old and I'm going to. I said, no, you are outgoing. Don't think that way because you didn't bring yourself to that age. Nothing wrong. It's just a number. And then she kept comparing herself all the time. And now she's somewhere else. I don't know where she is. They must have placed her in a home. And I feel up till this day, I call this lady's name and I said, oh my God, I feel so bad. I can't even reach her. I can't even visit her. And I don't know where she is. So, um, folks, people on the panel, we are all family. When we don't see someone or don't hear from someone, we reach out to them if we have their number or social media because we just don't know. We just don't know. And we are all in this together. In this life, it is never promised. So I don't know. I
Thank
feel
you.
she brings sadness because I don't know where she is. That
Aw.
makes it all the harder for me. And
Aw.
I took her to heart, believe it or not. Very nice lady.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
So
you for sharing that.
it is not an easy thing to lose your memory. It is not.
Not at all. Not at all. Alrighty. I think everyone got a chance to share tonight that wanted to share. I thought it was a really special night, personally, and the sharing that was done tonight was amazing, very touching. So I appreciate all of you in the chat. The chat was really, really active and lots of positive comments, a lot of sharing going on in the chat as well. So thank you all for being here. Panelists, we will take a screenshot or two after we go off air. If you'd like to be in the promotional screenshots, just stay a bit after we go off air. Thank you to everyone tonight. I really enjoyed interacting with each and every one of you. It was a special night for me. And my husband, even though he's in pain, he stuck around and he listened to you guys sharing, and he really liked the session as well. So we love you all, and we'll hope to see you tomorrow, same time on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. Love you all.
God bless you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Goodbye, everybody.
Say bye to
Hi,
everybody.
everybody.
Goodbye, family.
Love
Bye.
you all.
We're all family
Goodbye.
now.
I look
Bye.
forward to working with you, Melanie and Carmela.
Oh, definitely.
Thank you, Anita.
You stay with us after we go off air and you can talk to them. Bye, everybody.